wọ́n ní kí Fúlàní ó ṣe mistake wọ́n fi father and sister wọ́n Ọbasanjo was very irresponsible, highly responsible. I'm not in support of highly responsible. Táyọ̀ jẹ́ ohun bàbá yẹn àti olùkọ́ni ọlọ́pọ̀ ọkùnrin yẹn níbi tí wọ́n ti sọ Buhari lè so ó fẹ́ ó ti lọ sí wọ́n pé ó máa gba ọ̀tá yẹn máa gba ọkùnrin kìíní yẹn bá ní ẹsẹ̀ kìíní ló wá bá ló sọ pé ó fi problem yẹn lórúkọ àbúrò bàbá yẹn lọ that former leader. Àbúrò bàbá Gida is àbúrò bàbá Gida lè ṣá. Ní ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀. Náà Ẹ̀gbọ́n is from Niger State too. Lọ́rí Aliu. Our former what's it called? Abdulsalam. Kí ló máa ń gbèsà? Olúmọ̀ school of defence intelligence yẹn. Olókùn ọ̀gbìn yẹn. Problem. Only promote my head to of defense staff. Only say no one, chief of defense intelligence. Chief of defense is Olukoyede, the first sergeant now. The former chief of army. But òun àti máa yẹn ọlọ́pọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ yẹn. Àwọn Musa, àwọn gbogbo ọ̀sẹ̀ bí yẹn.
No, done. Yes, sir. Hello, relax there. Oh, relax. I'm happy. Yeah, good morning, viewers. Welcome to the program. This is City Stand, of course. You know, I'm Michael Adekunle, the anchor of the program. I welcome all of you, all the viewers across the globe, to this live broadcast. We say thank you for joining us this beautiful Thursday morning. It's environmental day in Lagos, right? Yeah. All right. You can see that there's no serious activities going on until after 10 o'clock. Are we? Or until 10 o'clock. All right. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Of course, you know, my respondents are here. They are ready to dissect important issues we have this morning. Right. Yesterday, the Senate confirmed Tinubu's nominees as new service chiefs in the country, and their reactions to what the service chiefs said yesterday. They said they will make sure they eliminate the criminal elements in the country. Also, they promised improved welfare for the military men. All right, away from that, we'll also be looking at what's going on in Cameroon. Yeah, Cameroon, the re-election of Paul Biya. That's the oldest president in Cameroon. Yeah, nominated, re-elected again. Yeah, 92-year-old Paul Biya re-elected. And there is protest, you know, as regards his re-election. Also, this morning, we have story or report on presidential pardon. former vice presidents of the country, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, lashed out at the president of the country, Bola Tinubu, over his withdrawal of pardon for convicts in the country. About 141 convicts, right?
Yes, yes.
So Tinubu is to review it. Should this be due to the public outcry that the president had made this decision? We shall be looking at it together. Don't forget, on the platform, both the viewers and reviewers are all reviewers. Thank you so much, gentleman Mike. I love that. All right. Before we move deep into the program this morning, we need to quickly appreciate our benefactors on the program, our supporters, the people showing us love. We say a big thank you to all of you, all of you, all of you. I'm not exempting anyone, everyone on the platform. Those that are supporting us with money, those that are supporting us with engagement in the comment section. We say thank you so much. And we express profound gratitude to those who extended hands of love to this young man, Mr. Chris. Yesterday, can you come to this place? Come to the microphone. Yeah, those who extended hands of love to him yesterday, we say a big thank you to all of you. You can see a sign of relief on the man now. Yeah, about over $200,000 doled out yesterday in support of this young man. The likes of Bukola Shebebe in the United Kingdom, Mrs. Clara in the United States of America, Mookie Great in America, Odlade Taiwo in London, Williams Okameme in the UK, Water, Liverpool. Say a big thank you to all of you who stretched or extended hands of love to this great man standing, with us this morning. I called your move a power of determination. Yeah, he was so determined for like, and for like 2 months or so, over 2 months, was persistent, coming here on a daily, having faith that something would happen one day, and it eventually happened yesterday by God's grace. And we have to say a big thank you to all of you once more, and we need to say a big thank you to you too. Thank you so much for believing in City Stand. All right, what do you have to say once again?
I want to say from the deep bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody that makes this to happen, to put a smile in my face. And wherever the money comes from, may God keep on to double it for every one of them in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless. All right, we'll move down to what we have this morning. Good morning. How are you doing, sir? We move down to what we have this morning on the front page of the New Telegraph. I've read out some topics that we'll be discussing this morning. And I'll be reading some report. But before doing that, let's quickly take the New Telegraph out of the stand. What is the New Telegraph saying? Tinubu reviews clemency list, withdraws presidential pardon for 141 convicts. The president reviews clemency list, withdraws presidential pardon for 141 convicts. Reduces Miriam Sanda, that's the woman who killed her husband. I think now has been sentenced to 12 years imprisonment or something. 6 now, right? All right, drug pushers, kidnappers, others sentences. Reduces Miriam Sanda, drug pushers, kidnappers, others sentences. Moves prerogative of mercy panel's secretariat to Justice Ministry. National Assembly approves President's request to borrow $2.35 billion, issue $500 million sukuk. U.S. claims of Christian genocide based on faulty data, says federal government. This brings me back to what Oyezi said yesterday and 2 days ago, that there is a major focus on Nigeria as regards this issue, this report. Genocide. U.S. claims of Christian genocide based on faulty data, says federal government. You can go to pages 2 and 4 of the New Telegraph to see more of this. But it is not only the Christians that are being killed in Nigeria now, even the Muslims too. Yeah, they are victims. Yeah, it happens everywhere. Sokoto, Katsina, Borno, Benue, even the eastern part of the country. So it's not all about Christians alone. First, I want to Southwest governors. Development has no party. Progress knows no partisan affiliation. We have the pictures of the new service chiefs on the front page of the New Telegraph. Yeah, Chief of Army Staff, Major General Waidi Shuaibu. That's the name of the new Chief of Army Staff, Major General Waidi Shuaibu. And we have Chief of Naval Staff as Idris Abbas. Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Obafemi Oluyede, Chief of Air Staff, Sunday Aneke, Chief of Defense Intelligence, General Emmanuel. And, I don't want to pronounce it. I cannot go pronounce nonsense. All right, to the comment section, we have our esteemed viewers saying hi to us, and we need to acknowledge their presence this morning. Gladys Oyabo, say good morning. Thank you for joining us this Thursday morning. I'm sure Emmanuel Obuji is there, even if I've not seen him there. Okay. Isn't Water Liverpool? Yeah, he's here with us this morning. Isn't Water? Good morning.
Good morning.
And thanks for what you did yesterday. We really appreciate. Jacob Biya'S is also here. But there's a Chima. I don't know if he has left Nigeria as of yesterday. He said he wanted to attend a function. He left us with the program. I don't know why Udeze will leave us with the program. Udeze, how are you doing? Hope you are enjoying the country. All right, we have Gowon Abdul from State House Asokoro. We say good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Tujare Moses is also here. Thank you for joining us this morning. Sunday Mbai is here. We appreciate your presence. James Manu James, good morning. Joseph, I know, is also here. We say good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Imafidon, thank you for joining us. Kenneth is also here. Thank you. Ezenwo is also here. We appreciate all of you. Thank you and welcome to City Stand once again. Oyeze. All right, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on Wednesday lashed out at President Bola Tinubu, saying Nigerians are witnessing a government that thinks after it acts. The government does not look before it leaps, but thinks after it acts. What does that mean to you? Oh yes, I think it was referring to President's move on clemency issues. What do you have to say?
There's nothing wrong if government notices something they didn't do well and be able to reverse it. But as a government, we have all it takes to get expertise engagements. It has enough time to investigate, research, do anything within his powers. It's a government, And for me, yes, there was a global and national outcry over the people that was granted state pardon. I remember too about Macaulay family also rejected that pardon, saying that about Macaulay's legacies cannot be associated with criminals. And that is what it is. So I still want to believe, though those people has not actually been released from prison, you understand, but the list, they have been shortlisted as gaining presidential pardon in that regard. But for me, now he has realized there's no need for that, and he's seeking redress. I think next time he should be able to properly do his own work very well.
I think there are questions we need to ask. We need to ask the government. Where was the Attorney General of the Federation when this absurdity was kicked off. That's number one. And who compiled the list of these beneficiaries? I think we should be asking this question.
Mr. Naimi, God bless with that question you asked. I read a statement here. Maybe one of the news is that the office of the Secretariat of Clemency has now been moved to Justice Ministry. That means they are existing, they are self-resistant. They are existing on their own. There is no input of the Justice Ministry to go through the file of those who are to be beneficiaries of this pardon and see what are the level of the commitment offences that they were associated with in the past. Does it justify pardon? Of course, everybody can pardon anyway. Because they are self-existent, they are not scrutinized by justice people, the lawyers and the rest. That's why everybody can just smuggle his own people, depending on who you know. I want my person to be there. But now, a land is now, the sector is now being taken to justice ministry. That means before presidency will grant pardon to anybody, the justice ministry will now scrutinize the case file. Who is this man that wants to be pardoned? What are the offences he committed? Does it justify it? Will he?
What are the criteria?
Traffic.
A drug offender.
So I like that statement that the sector are being relocated now to under the Ministry of Justice. That will give us the best people to be. That will benefit from part of the presidency. But the image is really the ones that everybody will just bring his own people there. I know Mr. A. I know Mr. B. Every my own person, my own. So input did not come from the Justice Minister will have scrutinized and where things and tell Mr. President, hello sir, this was a drug committee, this was a hard drug committee, this was a insurgent, this was a kidnapper, this was a terrorist. That will have given Mr. President that checks and balance to best. Thank God it's so best. Concerning Atiku's statement, Mr. Mike, I have two positions on it. Atiku is right to have said that presidency, after they don't think before they act. Because after that, after they're not thinking. I agree with him because this is a fallacy. President has moved. President of Nigeria has moved in this matter. Because on the other hand, anybody can make a mistake. Only God cannot make a mistake. Yeah. And then, if you make a mistake and your mistake is pointed out to you, your integrity, your dignity to own up to the mistake you made and correct it, I think we should salute it. I think we should salute that. Mr. Mike, for presidents to admit that
he listened.
Yes.
He listened to the
yes.
To the public.
Yes.
And he reviewed it.
Yes. Public said we have made a mistake. Is it true? Let's go into it. We are sorry. For president to have done that, he should respect and we should acknowledge that. So you shouldn't throw baby away with bathwater.
But don't you think there at some point there is some sort of political interest?
Mr. Mike, whatever on this interest that are playing underground. But by the time public outcry has come and said, Mr. President, you have heard this is an error. Really? Is that so? Let me have a look. The second look at it. And you have a look at the second time. You agree that yes, there was error, and you admitted it. Admission that this is wrong, and you take the courage to correct it. You shouldn't talk with it.
Who advised the president?
Well, Mike.
Don't you think unfortunately,
we may actually sound like this. You understand? Like, he has cooked or whatever, coming back and all that. But that is a very big institution. Government is an institution that has required or can acknowledge experts in all ramification, thorough investigation before you're able to put something to the public. You can employ anybody, even independent investigation committee should be set up,
especially on cases like
this. Where a president come out and let me tell you. Let me tell you. Mike. It is this just about a second thought. Yes, because I remember when the Attorney General came out and said, this thing has gotten to a point that prominent figures that were associated with the pardon started rejecting. And that was the reservation the government themselves have on the issue. So what it tells you at this point is that who and who is within that circle of taking such decision, because certain things being presented to you. If I were me, I believe that this issue end on the table of the Attorney General of the Federation, and he was the first person to have issued a statement. Oh, and raised alarm. So, that means the government on certain issues are not thorough. There's no excuse, but we have to accept it. There's no excuse where you there's this one very particular one, man they mentioned either from a day state or thereabout. The guy is a professional peddler, drug trafficker. To an extent, he killed a lot of people. He was among the people that was pardoned because he had some certain influence within the government circle. So those who were actually involved, I think they should be sacked. It's a bad image. It's a bad image.
Justice system.
Yes, it's a bad image for the government, to have associated themselves. So what they're saying in that regard is that you are trying to encourage crime.
I don't think this tells us that our justice system can be easily undermined by political interests.
Mike, you know that is the truth, 100% fact. That it has always. See, they keep on saying that, boss, who knows? He can't call, Mr. President cannot call somebody or the ID and I said, I'm interested in this matter, and ID said no. The only thing ID can do, if he is, wise enough, is to tender a certain diplomatic position. I said diplomatic position. Seeking a certain opinion or direction. That is all. But whatever the president says is final, and that is why that to an extent we need to we know that all the organs of government are not independent. But in the constitution, you see them as independent. They are not. So yes, he's a very close friend to Bola Tinubu and those of them. But I think the Attorney General should be the first person to take responsibility of that mistake.
All right, Tinubu Silva, former petroleum minister, state, right? Former Vice President Governor, has denied the alleged link to alleged coup. Sorry. So what do you have to say?
Well, Mr. Mike, nobody will admit guilt on any offense until you are proven guilty of it. I don't expect Silva to admit that he was involved in such. Don't forget, it's not even in the country. The investigation will convict or exonerate you from being involved in it or not. But I expect him to come to the country, come and answer for us and clear his name. That's if he will have the God to come. But don't expect him to say, I'm involved. Nobody will admit guilt now. The severity of the offense, the punishment that you attract. Of course, it's a capital punishment now. Want to overturn the government. And by extrajudicial means of actually killing the president, overturn the government of like it or not, it's the government of the country. What the High Court of Law has said is legitimately elected. So that's what you can say about that. So for you to be accused that you are plotting to remove that government is a capital offense and it's a capital punishment.
And now that he has denied involvement in the election,
denial is not enough.
What about the 45 billion that was found?
That's why I'm interested. I will not say these people they be in government as former governor of the state, former minister of self petroleum. He must have gotten much money than we want to even trace to his account. But the issue is that he's using that money to finance coup. That is the link now.
that he has got more, that he has got 45 billion, 100 billion, it's not an issue. He will even have more than that. But that money he has, is it instrumental to financing of coup? That's the need. That's what the government must establish. To say that the farm for 5 billion in his account, Mr. Man, let's not waste our time. He has more than that in his account. Former governor of the state, former President, he has over hundreds of billions in his account. But is there any link with the money he has into financing of coup? Yes or no? That's what the government must establish. So, after the farm money in his account does not, I'm not concerned about that. I'm only just said, is that money being used to finance a coup? And I will expect civils to come to country, come out to the country. And the man is clear your name. Today, when he was overthrown, he came out from Mecca to come and face Buhari who overthrown him. Today, yes, when they overthrow, overthrow today, and Buhari. The guy came from Mecca to come and face Buhari, face Buhari for probably if you have anything against me. So I expect Siba to come and do just as their body to face Buhari that I'm coming back, and I came back to come and appear before the panel that is screening them. This is me, Siba, probably establish linkage of financing with my money.
Oh yes, he has denied involvement in the issue. How credible are Nigeria's intelligence reports?
But they're not credible. Because I don't know how they will be testing only one politician in Nigeria that is involved in the. Although the people that raided his house and thereafter, did not bring any allegation that the raid in his house is in connection with the rumored whatever they call them. And the army has said there's no. You see, they are saying there's no coup. On the other hand, they are saying there is one action or the other at the other place. But Mike, remember I said yesterday that I am not interested in whatever you. What I'm interested is the money inside that account. The money inside Tebi Silva's account. 36 billion. How much is the salary? But they should first of all, place a caution on that money. It's likely that is not the only account. Mike, if somebody in Nigeria goes calculate that guy's money when he was whether he's governor or whatever to when he became minister, calculate his salary on monthly basis, there's no justification for that money. Then what of other accounts? Well, let me tell you, there's a political undertone here because of what is actually playing out currently in Rivers State, in Biya'S State, where he came from. There's an issue between him and Duri. I remember too, these are core Buharists.
Yes.
So anything can come up, anything can happen. But it is a creation of the media. It has to be understand from that angle that the rate. So we expected if I don't think that only three receiver is only one that finance that. What of top businessmen? What of other guys? That's what I told you yesterday. I'm not interested. What I'm interested in is the money.
45 billion.
Yes, that was funding his account.
Are you interested in the money?
It is corruption I'm seeing there. I am seeing corruption there. Mike, we were here. Okay, how much does it take to fix Port Harcourt refinery when he was minister of whatever? How much does it take to fix Warren refinery when he was minister of that? Mike, we cannot celebrate these people. And you can see them on the national TV. Now that one, they surprise me. Pass. They'll come on national TV and they will tell you, we are fighting corruption. It's just that's of Nigeria.
I agree with Oyesi that he's only interested in the money alone. I'm interested in the money anyway. Like I told you, that money is even small to what I expect that we found in the savings account. That be much more. I agree with him on that. That's I'm also interested in the way they want to topple the government. I don't agree with toppling government through extrajudicial means by buying of gun. No, I don't agree with that. Everybody who wants to topple a legitimate, let's say government of the country may be made the first capital punishment for the offence he has committed. If it's proof guilty, proof this is you actually participated in this kind of plot, they should be held accountable and be punished accordingly. So if you say only money is interested in the coup, me I'm interested in the coup, I like coup. Let them be brought to justice. I don't want anybody to overturn. See, we must engage the political system of the country till we get the best for us. I don't welcome military intervention in our democracy. No, I don't want it. But once we continue to engage the democratic system of government, we get the best one day. But for you to come in and interrupt and be coming and be telling us back to olden days of dictatorship, and no, I don't want it.
All right, yes. Let's go to the comment section this morning. Ralph, you are welcome to the program. Ralph Olu, thank you so much. He's watching us from United Kingdom.
Thank you, sir.
All right, today's Chima was saying this morning, Mike, I still there in our country with one leg and sleeping with one eye.
Today's Chima.
But you see,
It's your country.
It's your country. That's why you are here.
I have to reemphasize on your country. No, we need to understand that.
They chop food.
Make una allow this. They don't tell when they don't fix all
That's why it's not in Ghana, it's in Nigeria. Yeah, it's a country.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Olajide and Onyeze. Mr. Olajide, this is Udeze speaking.
Okay.
Mr. Olajide, that's not a mistake. It's a national and international disgrace. Revoking the pardons doesn't really extinct the shame. Rather, it further depicted the country as a very unorganized country.
Can I reply?
Okay, let me take this one again.
Okay.
It goes on. In fact, Tinubu would have allowed the pardons to be since they have done it rather than making this second clownish act. It looks childish and even rubbed more mud in Nigeria's image and makes it deliberate.
Mr. Mike, I don't agree with him. Only God doesn't make a mistake. President Trump, when he woke up with his sanctions that was imposing on all countries in all over the world, and the communists in America begin to have problems. The whole America rose up in protest against President Trump. I mean the second tenure he is now. Within 2 days, he suspended the whole mad passage of retaliation imposing. If President Trump has stopped a sort of mass riots, mass protests in the US, meaning that yes, it was wrong. So who can't make a mistake? If you have make a mistake and they point out to you and you have the capacity to admit that you are wrong, Mr. Mike, Mr. Adese, you understand my point. If you make a mistake and people come out, hello sir, you are wrong here sir, and you look at this and say yes, gentlemen, I'm sorry, I'm wrong indeed. You have the capacity to admit and you correct it. It's a development that we should celebrate. What about if you block us to hell with you? I don't know what to do. What will we do? What will we do? Question to me. But if you say, Mr. President, you can't grant pardon to terrorists, don't have this. What you just name them? I never knew it was so. I'm sorry, gentlemen. And he admitted. Yeah, I mean, so it doesn't matter whether you say, yes, your ability to repent of your sin. Even God say, God does not say you should not repent of the sin and ask for forgiveness. Now, I God will bring you back. So, presidency have admitted that they were wrong, and they have admitted this, and they have corrected this, and they have withdrawn the pardon. I think we should leave that. It's okay for me.
All right, away from that, let's quickly move down to Cameroon. The controversy surrounding the re-election of Paul Biya, the oldest head of state.
92.
Yeah, at 92.
Let him be 1 million years there.
100 of Cameroonians.
His daughter said he should get out. His own daughter said, get out. This was a man when George Weah was playing in Cameroon.
Daughter said, get out.
He should go.
But I saw another, I don't know if I saw another daughter thanking the Cameroon.
maybe several, well, he has been married to several people, but I want to give you an insight why I cannot support Paul Biya. I want to give you an instance. George Weah, they have been doing wonderfully well in Cameroon. George Weah is one of the problems I have with Gaddafi. Yes. Mike, see, this is not we need to be very. Africa is dying of that leadership. Why is he associated with a black man? He was 6 years in the presidency when Asnawinga discovered George Weah in Cameroon. He's already 6 years in the presidency. All through the football career of George Weah, he was there. George Weah became president, he was there. But what has transformed in Cameroon? Go and take the list of Africans with the highest GDP or whatever. Cameroon is not there.
He said, what has transformed? People are voting.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. You see, boss, that's why I'm telling you this very clearly. Nobody. See, let me tell you. Go and look at the chief judge of Cameroon. Go and look at the chief judge. The man barely handled Byron. What is wrong with you? Chief judge of the federation cannot handle Byron in Cameroon. No, it's unacceptable. Well, the Gen Z generation, of course, they should be able to understand very clearly that if they sustain this struggle now, if they sustain it, both the military and police will not have any option. He has to go.
I'm still coming back to you. Should a 92-year-old leader like Paul Biya still remain in power after ruling for about 4 decades?
Mr. Mike, I have to dimension to that matter. President Trump is 79 years old presently. Biden, before he left office, was almost 80 or 81 years. I don't have any issue with age of anybody who is capable and sound. I'm not giving statistics of a country of their democracy over 250 years old. That's the present president now is almost 80 years. President Trump is 79. The man he defeated, Biden, was 80 or 81. So those are people who are advanced age in developed country. So my issue is that, are you sound earthwise? Are you there by the mandate of the people? President Trump want mandate of America to be there. President Biden want mandate of America to be there. They didn't force themselves on the Americans. That's my position on that matter. I won't have anything too serious about the age of the person. That's why I give the example of leading country of the world. So that nobody say I really country that we said in the former President Joe Biden and President Trump, just difference of 2 years different, 79, 80, 81. So that's an advanced age. But each of them were there on the mandate of their people. At the time, the Americans don't want Trump again, they voted him out. They brought Biden in. At the time, they don't want Biden again, they voted him out, they brought Trump in. They were there on the mandate of their people. The question is that, is Bob there on the mandate of Cameroonians? Is it really mandate given to him, or he was forcing himself upon him? My answer is that I don't think the Cameroonians are the one giving the mandate. I don't think.
Just a few minutes with you. Sorry.
You said what, sir?
It is Cameroonian.
That want him there.
Yes, unless if it is ICE service. Paul Biya became president in 1982. And once he became president, because Amado Ahijo was a great dictator, the person that Paul Biya replaced, Cameroonians were very happy that they were singing freedom all over, that they are free. And every tribe took Paul Biya and making the head of their gods, traditional worshippers, or traditional worshippers. They took him to Revokes of Douala. Everywhere they made of Paul Biya the highest leader and told him, "You are our leader." And Paul Biya started to lead them. When, because Cameroon was autocracy during the time of Paul Biya, when the democracy came, all the opposition leaders that ran away came back, and all of them wanted to become president of Cameroon. Paul Biya told Cameroonian, "I have nothing to do with the seat. Let's test those people by giving them by appointment." He made some of them minister. The second mathematician of the world, Hog Belen, was made minister. So many other people were appointed, and all of them ate money. All of them were corrupt, and they were coming back to Paul Biya to defend them, not to jail them. And Paul Biya said to the people, "Do you see those people? They are coming just to eat your money." And for that, the whole Cameroonian came again and say, "You have made the money. Keep on leading us. Since you cannot steal money again, you have gotten all what you want. Arrange Cameroon." I will tell you something. Onyeze has reason. If he is good, he's not the only good man. I agree with that. But don't compare Cameroon with Nigeria. Paul Biya has never gotten, he has nothing like a tribalistic idea or method or mentality. I'm telling you, Mr. Mike, you can become the next minister of Cameroon now, as we are talking, if you found that you are competent and that you are able to do it. Your son can become the next general in army. No negotiation. You don't have to do wuru-wuru.
You are speaking contrary to the opinions of
Wait. I support them somewhere. Where I support them is this. No, listen. Where I support them, I support them this.
A 92-year-old.
Listen, Mike. I say, I'm saying,
4 decades.
yes, I say he's good, but he's not the only good man. That's why I'm supposed to know.
Cameroonians decided.
Cameroonian
voting to
decide
elect him.
until now.
How sure are you?
Until now, it's only those who are desperate, who want power. It was only politicians that are fighting. Citizens of Cameroon. Citizens of Cameroon.
Mike, this is Africa. This is Africa. I totally disagree with this submission completely front and back.
Yes.
But so let me just say something very clearly. Ask Mr. Since 40 years now,
Yes.
you have been eating rice alone.
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
You don't eat any other food apart from rice for 40 years.
No. I eat several food.
Okay, sir.
I cannot eat all.
Okay.
I'm understand.
Okay. Mike, there's another man, the other from Mozambique, who is also the president. Whether he's disabled, but you see security men holding him. You understand? It happens in Africa.
I'm understand.
But let me just say what is wrong. Let me just say something very clearly. That man is not here. I watched him during the reception in France with Emmanuel Macron. He almost goes down. Bros, can we just emulate good things? Look at, look at Nelson Mandela. But what is it actually that you can be in a particular position for 40 years and you don't even have conscience? If you are talking about age, my brother, I'm not talking about age here. What I'm talking about, for 40 good years. 43 is not 40. You understand? We have not seen anything. It's not as if you just won election now, even though you're not healthy. You are 100 years, you just won election and come in. Maybe you want to do one or two things. You have been there for 40 years.
Yes.
And I cannot boast of, any significant reference in terms of measuring nations in Africa. And we've not seen, this Cameroon, come on board. So what is it? Condemn it. It's not correct. It's not. It's undemocratic.
Mr. Mike,
You see this one that happened now. You see this one that happened now. This election, after they have concluded the election, after 2 weeks, they now call results. My brother, we should not talk about this. This is uncalled for.
Mr. Mike, I agree with Onyeze. on one thing. Let me say it. You understand? If Paul Biya is good, he's not the only good man of the country. I agree with that. But saying he's not, Paul Biya is not a bloody person, and he has never been a bad president.
He has been shooting Amazonians.
Wait,
he has been shooting Amazonians. He's conniving with friends. People are running away from us. He's shooting Amazonians.
There is another thing.
Why are you attacking people in Bakassi Peninsula? It's not the same person.
You have reason. That point. But what I want to say,
Mr. Hassan, wake up. Are you living in Cameroon? How can a 92-year-old man be ruling a country? Is he the only man in Cameroon?
That's what I said.
Who support Tinubu if he decides to be in Nigeria for only 20 years? This is coming from Udeji.
Yes, let me answer, Mr. Mike. I said,
you don't know what you are saying.
Yes, thank you.
95% of Cameroonians don't support or don't want Biya. They want Amado. Aijo.
Amado. No!
This is
Sorry, Nado Hanusi who is saying that. Please, if you know who was Amado Aijo, he was a Fulani man. I don't want to go to his history. But what I want to tell you is this. Paul Biya, the only thing I have against him is the fact that he's not the only good person. But in terms of good leadership, he's good. Why are we talking about Biya? Why don't you talk about what is happening in Nigeria? Mr. Mike, in Nigeria today, you are a governor, you are deputy governor. Your brother will become local government chairman.
Ask you a question now. If Tinubu rules for 20 years,
I've answered him.
Would you support him?
I've answered him. I say I'm not in support. I don't support the fact. I don't support the. Listen to me. I say in terms of being good, he's a good president. But the fact that he remained in office today, I don't support.
All right, thank you.
That's the
so
point.
much, Mr. Hassan. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Alagidi. Thank you very much. Sorry. Gentle. Femi.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, we say good morning to our viewers across the globe. You are welcome. To our program this morning. Once again, remain blessed.
What do you have to say about Paul Biya's re-election? A 92-year-old man still in power.
Well, we are in Africa, and it's so surprising. It's not only Africa we can see, because if I say it's only Africa you can see something like this, I'll be lying. Or we have seen it in or some other continents. In fact, if it's possible, Putin can be 100 years while he's dead, and we have seen, if not for war, that pushed Assad away from Syria. So we have witnessed it several times out of Africa. But to me, I don't see it as a normal thing. It's not normal. It's insane for somebody to rule up to 92 years and you still want to contest. Don't you want to rest? Even if people say that you are good, there should be another person that will be good as well in your country. Support another person, bring in fresh idea into the country. Not only you that can, pilot the affair of that country. There are so many able people. And funniest thing about this man's administration is that he's full of, elderly people. I think the chief of army staff is 84 years, chief justice 85, and there are so many people 80. In fact, somebody that is affair of their youth is 65 years old man. So I don't know the kind of idea. If to say Cameroon has been able to go beyond the level of Africa, I would have supported them. But I don't know where Cameroon belong to when we talk about Africa. I'm not sure that Cameroon is above Nigeria. They also have their insecurity. They also complain. I've seen some of the Cameroonians coming to Nigeria here. So I don't see what will make anybody to think that what the man is doing in that place, nobody can replace it. Can repeat what the man is doing. You have seen Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. The story of what he did while he was president is still there. Nobody was able to beat that. Even America could not repeat what he was doing. Of course, we don't know what this man is doing in Cameroon. Maybe until when he is out of the power, we will know maybe he was trying. But to me, I don't think it's a good sign for Africa and democracy.
How do international communities, international bodies see countries with questionable transparency, especially Cameroon. 92-year-old man still in power. In Nigeria, yeah, I think Obasanjo was trying to go for a third term. You see the way Nigerians were shouting, politicians were making a hell of noise. Gentlemen, what do you have to say on this issue?
Thank you, Michael. I think there's no even moral justification for Biya to still be in the south in Cameroon. For a man that was the prime minister between 1975 and 82, he became the president when Amadu Adijo suddenly resigned from office. He became president without an election, and since then he has, the election was ratified in 1984, and since then he has been in the saddle. Just as earlier speakers have said, what has been the transformation that we can begin to point at as a result of Biya being in the saddle. It is not because he has been able to even transform that country significantly. Judging by being on board in the last 4 decades. So even morally speaking now, forget the elections, which sometimes we hear of manipulations and all of that we always bring him back to power. On moral grounds, what is the justification for you to be in power for over 40 years? What is the meaning? It has no meaning, and that is my worry exactly. So, and I also think that perhaps he's also enjoying backings of France. It seems to me that because most of the time he will even be in France for months without even being in the country and all of that. So those are the kind of proxy leadership he has always been engaging in. He's not really in charge, in my view, in terms of being present in the country and do the needful. So morally speaking, he has no business remaining as the president of that country. And I think the GZs are unhappy the more. These are people that even before they were born, he has been president, and all their lives that is the person they knew, and they feel that something can be done better. And I think those are the ones fronting for the kind of protests that we are seeing in Cameroon.
I don't know how international bodies see this. How do you, how can they keep recognizing countries like this?
They will keep on recognizing them so far that country is doing their bidding, doing the needful, what the United Nations expect. You see, what make America have problem with against Libya is that Muammar Gaddafi is not ready to bow for America. Muammar Gaddafi is like this, and they have always anybody that is not ready to buy for US. Of course, US will be after him. To say Muammar Gaddafi is ready to, bow for America, he wouldn't have problem. So since probably I know how to play the game, place you will not have problems, and I think the man know how to play his game. That's why he still remain there. And let me tell you, it sounds funny to me whenever we have internal crisis and some people think they will quickly run to United Nations, quickly run to ECOWAS. What can they do? It's internal crisis. It doesn't concern United Nations. It doesn't concern them. So far, people of that country, they were able to maintain. If their president spend 100 years and they have no problem with it, who cares? If that one doesn't concern United Nations, they will still be recognized. Assad was recognized as a president of Syria. Putin is also there. Let me tell you, this country, the world, all animals are equal, but some are equal than others. It's raining almost everywhere, even at international, level, at global level. So many times Putin has been declared wanted. What can United Nations do about it? So many times, International Court of Justice has passed justice on the Prime Minister of Israel. What can he? What can they do? Tomorrow, maybe it is a Jinping or what the Prime Minister of China that they will have for something coupled. Who will arrest Jinping? Tell me. But who born you to go and arrest him if his country don't reject him? So there are some areas.
Why did they even set up these bodies?
The body is a toothless dog. It's a toothless dog, and fella has described them very long time ago. Fella has finished them that they are beast of no nation. To me, they cannot solve any bad society. So there is nothing they can do about it, because the principle is that settle your internal crisis locally. So far, it doesn't affect international affairs. And sometimes, even if it affects, okay, if you are so powerful, nothing United Nations can do for you. So I don't think there's anything United Nations can do about it.
Can that ever happen in Nigeria?
It can never.
Rule for 4 decades.
I trust my country.
90-something year leader.
Never and never and never. Even 10 years, they will not allow you to do it. So respect Nigeria. We are so.
But some people think Tinubu can.
He cannot. They don't point. Times 10. They not done am well. Who told you? If they born Tinubu well after 2020, 2031 or whatever, make it no come out for us. Yes, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, it's not Nigeria. That's not Nigeria. They will bring you down.
Obasanjo just tried going for.
And what happened? What ended it? Crumble. Despite all the IBPs, I mean, if you tell us all the joker of IBP, what have you step aside? Okay, they not burn you well. Nobody can do it in Nigeria.
Gentlemen, can it happen in this climate?
I don't see it happening, especially in a place like Nigeria. Even in the military days, let me just talk about the IBB days and all of that. He bowed to the kind of pressure that was generated in the land. So it's not likely to happen in our climate. I think we've moved past that position as a nation. We've moved past that. We can't come here.
All right, there are reactions to what we are saying this morning concerning Biya'S re-election. Somebody is saying that can Tinubu conduct a free and fair election come 2027? Can someone give me the answer? This is Anayo. That's why he has appointed a new INEC.
I'm a very honest,
very
a professor.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
All right, Williams Okabame says, good morning, guys. Paul Biya will be a typical example of what President Tinubu will do to you guys in Nigeria. Just watch and see, since every arm of government is going one direction.
Let me tell you, that does not mean that the worst Tinubu can do is this. If Tinubu want to go for third time, he can have a president as a proxy. What I know he can do is that if he want to go for third time, he will go and pick somebody from north that will, be loyal to him. That's the worst I think Tinubu can do. Tinubu himself is a sensible person. Let me tell you, Tinubu have sense. Politically, he have sense. You can say I'm praising him or what. He know when to strike. He know when to do. This man know the right direction to go when it comes to political. This man should have been able to be contesting since 2007, but he refused to do so because he know that he will not be able to skate through. He keep quiet until he see the green light and he go for it. He know that if he go for third time, it's the beginning of destruction. Forget about irrespective of anything that he have in his hands. He will never. Yeah, I stand here to say it. But as some people will think that maybe to make it more painful to us, to some people that perceived supporter of Tinubu, that Tinubu is going to go for third time. But me, I stand there and I say and I believe that Tinubu will not make attempt to go for third time.
All right, President Bola Tinubu has vowed to pressure over his pardon. And looking at what Atiku said, the president does not think before he acts. He acts before thinking. Would you say Atiku is defending or genuinely defending justice or playing politics?
Let me tell you, when you succeed, it attracts success and praise. But when you fail, expect reproach and some of this kind of thing that is coming out. So since Mr. President has failed to scrutinize that thing very well, and after the outcry, he will be able to weigh in which one can I go for. Is it this kind of a comment from Atiku or the complete stigma that I free some criminal without passing through the normal process? So to me, the needful has been done. We have cried out, and Mr. President has listened to our outcry. So every other thing is welcome. If I'm Mr. President, I goof, then it's your chance to come and reproach me. The Bible say, if an elephant die, you see the different size of cutlasses. It's Mr. President that invited this, and he should be able to, bear whatever they say to him. So no, I will not stand here to come and condemn Atiku for saying something like that. If I'm also in Atiku position, I will say that. But to me, I think
of oppositions to work beyond mere politicizing everything. That is my take.
Gentleman, Mike, by pardoning drug offenders, kidnappers, and other offenders, don't you think it's setting a dangerous precedent for future administration?
Well, I think I give it to him for bowing to the voice of reasoning by reviewing that pardon and look at how it can be properly done, which he ought to have done in the first place. So I give it to him that it shows that sometimes he can decide to listen, which I believe it is to his advantage this time by listening to the reaction that that came exactly from especially from the public when that list came out. So he has reviewed the list, and going forward, he has also put the committee that is in charge under the Ministry of Justice. From what you read the other time, which I think is a good one, that ministry will have been able to do justice to such a list rather than giving it to some political jobbers who just turn into a slot. I won't be surprised that first list was just a slot. They will be asking the key people in our land, which people do you have in prison and all of that. That will have been the compilation, but he has done the needful now, and I give it to him for that decision.
All right, thank you so much, gentleman. Mike, Femi, thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mike.
How you doing?
I say good morning to you. Good morning to our esteemed global audience. Good morning, Nigeria.
And good morning to you viewers in the world over, wherever you're watching us for. It's a delight to be on the program again. Once again, my name is Johnson Akao.
How would you say, or let me say, are you in any way disappointed when you saw the list? Are you in any way disappointed when
you see
the president pardoned offenders like kidnappers, drug traffickers?
I've always been an apostle of equity and fairness, and I believe that whatever is good for the goose should also be extended to the gander. And I am not mistaken if I should say that I am so disappointed, like every rational, sensible thinking human being, when justice is now being, altered on the altar of mediocrity. I want to believe that if clinical analysis has been employed in arriving at that, those that were pardoned, I don't think we will find ourselves in this scenario. And I want to make this allusion to one fact that if criminals are being let off I know that in other parts of the world there are presidential pardon. And how is it done? It is done according to, after clinical investigation must have been taken into account. Then they will now arrive at a very rational conclusion. In this case, where kidnappers, terrorists are being let off the hook, and somebody is languishing there, that is not even carrying any gun. It's just agitating. It's being cared for. It shows that we are also running an animal farm written by George Orwell, where all animals are equal, but more and more equal, one and more equal than the other. And when you continue to see, is this how a country is supposed to be run? And for crying out loud, I don't believe that. I think for the government, I only give kudos to the government because at least all this while I have always been giving them knock. But for rewinding back to see that maybe they have goofed in some certain aspect, I think I give kudos to this government for doing so, because that list need to be, need to be looked at and see that the needful is done. The situation whereby this kind of a list is being placed at the mercy of the political jobbers and other 10%ers, then it will become a kind of a trivial matter. I think to some extent, I would say I give them kudos for that, for rewinding.
Stuck out for the administration. Yes. All right, let's move down to Mr. Johnson. This is the president that said he's fighting corruption. At some point abroad, when he was out of the country, he said he has been able to defeat corruption, and that led to the publisher of Sahara reporters calling the president a criminal. Now, don't you think it is criminal pardoning drug offenders, kidnappers in the country?
Well, when I received that news concerning the pardon of some offenders, I must be honest, it was received with mixed feelings. Mixed feelings in the sense that you want to look at it from one angle. We would like to commend Mr. President. While on the other hand, if you consider the motive, the reasons behind the pardon, the flip side of the pardon, you want to condemn it, you want to go against it, that is not meant to be. And for crying out loud, much as I would love to commend, I would love to applaud Mr. President for exercising his prerogative, for exercising his right, pardoning those people. We begin to ask ourselves, what are the reasons for the pardon? Is it on account of political expediency? Is it for political exigency? Ordinarily in civilized crime, just like Mr. Vincent said the other time, when such pardons are done, it was always done as a result of, you consider basic things, longevity, duration, for how long have they been there, consider penitence, pardon my use of the word penitent, how remorseful they are, how sober they have become. Don't forget the number one aim of the prison system. That's why we changed the name from the prison system to correctional center. The number one aim, the number one motive of the is to reform, is to correct. How corrected have they become? How reform, how transform has their life been? Have they changed? Have they been transformed? Are they now remorseful? Have they regretted all their past doing? So are they fit to come back to the civil society, to come and live among same people, among civilized people? Are they no more dangerous, no more perilous to the larger society? Who they pose danger? Who they pose some sort of nuisance to the larger society? Should they come back to the system? Those are salient questions we need to ask ourselves before those people are drafted back to the civil society again. But again, just like he said the other time, this is where the handlers of Mr. President, his think tank, his kitchen cabinet, they've got to be very, very careful. They need to be so cross.
And don't you see?
In subsequent undertakings, there is a need, a crying for them to be more meticulous. They need to be more thorough. They need to be more scrupulous in handling sensitive issues like this, so as not to play into the hands of the opposition, who tends to make a political capital of every opportunity. Just as it's often said, a dying man clutches at a straw. Here is Nigeria. In any case, if I were in their position, if I understood you, I would probably have done the same thing. We latch on to every given opportunity. So you make a political.
You are simply telling us that the administration of Tinubu goofed.
On that, they goof, and this is not the first of his kind, unfortunately. So this is about the fourth of his kind. That you make a decision in another 48 hours, you will send it. You appoint Mr. A, in another 48 hours, you realize mistake has been made. So you rescind it. You suddenly make a photo face, a reverse. It's not done. That means that a thorough job is not been done. And it's not been meticulous, it's not been the background check, the needed background is not been carried out. You just it's a wishy-washy knee-jerk approach. It's not done. And with a wishy-washy knee-jerk approach, it's not done. And it's not done. That means it's a shoddy job is done by your handlers. No meticulous background check was carried out. And at that level, it's not excusable, it's not permissible, it's not welcome.
This has exposed the debt in our justice system.
Of course, it's gone a long way to expose our justice system has been lackluster, has been below par, corrupt. Much as I'm trying to avoid the use of the word political. Yes, it's being highly politicized. It's a nepotistic arrangement whereby it's a party arrangement rather than it's a contraption. It's a contraption, it's an aberration, and it's an anathema. It's not meant to be in civilized crime. And so it's not welcome. It's reprehensible. It's reprehensible. It's reprehensible.
What do you have to say to us?
You see, what's in my mind? Something that is worthy of note here is that you see this list. You see, we live in a global setting, and whatever is done in Cameroon is being seen in far away China or Japan. And when it comes to statehood, there are some trite expectation expected of a nation in giving a direction to a particular end. But a situation whereby something you now pick up and you do it ragtagly, you understand? Then you now begin to see that statehood is not being employed, as it were. And when you now look at the entire scenario, it does not, it sparks volume of the way we do things, the way we don't do the aesthetics when it's come to doing something that concerns the states. And we tend to play it with a modicum of triviality, and it's not good for our posture in the eyes of the international community. That is why I say that whatever needed to be done in terms of statehood need to be done in a way and manner that the whole eyes will see that we are on the right track.
Let me take you to Cameroon. Of course, you are aware of a protest that went down because of the re-election of a 92-year-old leader there, Paul Biya. Would you call that election a real election or a sham?
That was not an election. It was a travesty of justice. It was a kangaroo election. He should not find his place in the Committee of Civilized Nations. It's not a welcome development at all. It's appalling. Once again, it's reprehensible. It's not welcome. It's unwarranted. It's uncalled for. It's unjust. And that's a non-election. It's a non-election. And of course, you find out that what the man, Paul Biya, was able to assist this long, was able to survive and succeed. This was simply because of the complacency on the part of the old system, the old order. So what the old order tolerated is glaring that the young men of today, the Gen Z generation, so they are not prepared to welcome any of that. That's why they have to the series that enough is enough. Just like they said in Nigeria Palace, enough is enough. For crying out loud, I don't even have a problem with his age, 92. If you are see sand upstairs, you are heady, you are strong, you are fit, you are hale, you are hearty, you are witty, you can continue. But again, I have a problem with his duration. For crying out loud, in the 21st century, somebody is ruling for 42 years. It is not done anywhere. The in thing, the reigning thing, the fashionable thing the world over today is democracy, a republic, periodic elections. Be it the west and north, east, any part of the globe. It's periodic election, democracy. That's if values everybody is spreading. So I don't know why that of Cameroon will be an exception. And I wouldn't know what's responsible for that complacency on the part of the Cameroon elite. I don't know what's responsible for that docility, that complacency, that aloofness, indifference to what obtains in Cameroon is not done. For crying out loud, most politicians, most dictators, autocrats of his generation, I'm talking of the right of Suharto of Indonesia, Daniel Arap Moi, who reigned for 20-something years in Kenya. If people like Mobutu Sese Seko of the old Zaire, they were all forced out, they were all booted out by their people. I wouldn't know the kind of docile complacent people we have in Cameroon that have allowed this to reign for this long, for 42 years, for crying out loud. And to want something so hard, insult to injury, it's not. It tends to have introduced, rather than democracy, it tends to have introduced a kind of gerontocracy into Cameroon in such a way that you have the chief of army staff in his 90, you have the chief of defense staff also 80, you have the judge, most of all the key officers, they are all in their early 90s or late 80s. What sort of comment is that? How do you make progress? How do you move forward? How do you move forward? They are not in tune with what is going on in the world. So how do you do a modern society with 90-year-old boy? The chief judge of the state, the Senate president, they are all in their 90s.
Why does the world keep tolerating dictators like Paul Biya? Has African Union failed Cameroonians?
It's not only the African Union that have failed the Cameroonians. I think the United Nations as a body also needs to be giving some kind of knock on some certain matters. You know, recently, William Ruto, president of Kenya, went to the United States and gave a speech at the United Nations Assembly where he said that why is it that no African country is on the seat of the permanent seat, Security Council of the United Nations. And the man spoke well, you know, to the extent that he had ruined some kind of conscience at that gathering. He saw something at that body could not do anything. It shows that I will also be making allusion to that the entire world is playing a script of animal farm, because imagine somebody like Paul Biya, after the death, the death of Amadu Ahijo, that was when he came in on board, and he has ruled for 43 years. And I stand to be corrected if it were not so. He is the oldest president in the entire wide world as of now. Yes. And when you look at it, he's he's the oldest, the longest serving, the oldest and the longest serving. When you now look at what is happening, are we? I mean, is Cameroonian as a country? Cameroonians, are they telling us that there are no other human resources that would take the saddle of their governance? If somebody of that that could hardly, you can see, is he has all the trappings of weakness in him now. You can even say the Chief Justice of Cameroon Chief Justice can hardly hold a biro. The Chief of Army Staff, you know what is happening? It's like I've always said something until now. What is happening? The wave of change that has happened in Burkina Faso and Mali, and by extension to Niger, is a kind of a pointer to what will eventually happen on the long run. But the docility among the Cameroonians is what is irksome, is what is giving me much concern. Even though we still have part of the art being played in our own country here, but Nigerians, we have people that can always stand up and say no. You understand? But Cameroonians have never seen or heard of any known human rights critic coming to the fore to say that enough is enough. At the time I read in the social media where the daughter of Paul Biya was saying that the father should go, and another one too, I saw another one clapping for the father, who is, I mean, yes, many of them. You understand? Then you begin to wonder for how long is France and his acolyte continue to hold French-speaking country captive. And if Burkina Faso is trying to, disentangle herself from the stronghold of imperialism of France, then I think it's time for the Cameroonians. It's a wake-up call for them to stand up and do the needful.
Can we have a Paul Biya in Nigeria? Is it possible for us to experience that?
It's undoable. It's undoable. And much as I concede the fact that we have a long way to go in Nigeria, we have our own fair share of docility. Mr. Vincent talked about Nigeria. We have our own fair share of political complacency, aloofness, and debate again. And that kind of Sita syndrome, you can never hold sway in Nigeria, can never work. It's not possible in Nigeria. For crying out loud, successive administration in Nigeria, they toy with the idea of sitting tight and prolonging their reign. But it was frustrated. It was rubbish. It never worked in Nigeria. It was tried by Gowan. It was truncated in his 9th year. It was tried by IBB. It was checkmated. It was attempted by Obasanjo in the height of his glory. Yeah, it was ordered by the draconian, the authoritarian ruler, maximum ruler, the despot, the late despot, Abacha. It was brought to his knee. So I don't see it work. In any case, the Nigerian elite, they know how conscious, how politically articulate the Nigerian masses are. They will not toy with it. They will not toy with it. They dare not.
Your take on it?
You see, it can never happen. That is why we are also here to speak truth to power. Even though we are currently seeing the direction this country is going through politically. Because I didn't mention this platform that the way APC-led government want to turn Nigeria to a one-party state, even though they gave us the notion that we are practicing democracy, and in reality, democratic experiment is now being jettisoned to a kind of an authoritarian gerontocracy of some sort. But I believe that it can never happen here, because Obasanjo, in the days of the year, he held sway as the president of this country, and he's, at the time he attempted even trying to transmute himself to a third term. It was forcibly rejected by the people of the nation, held by the late Oyefoyi Chuba Okadibo. And you knew that time we were being awakened with that flying report of Ghana must go back. You remember, Mike, and that he didn't fly. He didn't see the light of the day, and you knew that that was also made the allowances for different kind of a senior president we had then because of not being a yes man to the executive, and which is not obtainable now. You can see our National Assembly is a rubber stamp of whatever executive regulations that has been dished out, and that is not how a democracy should work. It's supposed to be a check. It's democracy embodies separation of power from the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, and that is where I would say it is firmly embedded.
All right, we move down to the comment section. Taiwo Odunlade says, for me, it doesn't matter how good Paul Biya is, but considering his health conditions, he shouldn't be in office.
Yes, I concur with you, sir.
Nigeria. Benga George says, if we are being honest, there's no difference between Paul Biya. There's no difference between how Paul Biya hijacked the election and what Tinubu did in 2023. Tinubu should congratulate his colleague, Paul Biya.
Tinubu was not in power in 2023. Tinubu was not even supported by the reigning president. So it's a fact right. There is no basis for comparison.
What he's trying to say is that he won the 2023 election. That's what.
So of course, Tinubu won. So the point in the polling booth as against what you guys read on the pages of newspaper against what you have on social media. Tinubu won. He won.
He won the election.
And in any case, who could have won if Tinubu never won? So it's a fact right. It's a dramatical departure from the case of Paul Biya. There is no basis for comparison between what obtains in Cameroon and what happened. In any case, the president, the sitting president in Nigeria was even first a Tinubu presidency. So I don't belong to that school of thought. I don't belong to that school of thought that Tinubu did not. I saw what transpired. I was in the other part of the country where the opposition, Peter Obi especially, was having 5,000, 6,000 naira vote in the core north, in all the northern states. And so how do you win an election in that kind of scenario? So Tinubu, to me, he won fair and square, even though with the minority of Nigerian voters, he won with 34%, no doubt.
All right, Anglo Gudimi say the UN is not compulsory. A nation can refuse to be a member. It is in UN aim and objective not to interfere in a sovereign nation internal affairs. All right, somebody says, Nigeria is not a one-party state. If you want to see a one-party state, look at China and Russia. Somebody here says, that's a random, says, what is the difference between Paul Biya and Tinubu? Both are old cabals.
How you compare somebody in his early 70s to somebody in his 90s?
It falls within the ambit of the law that whosoever wants to spare his opinion is so free to do so. I think that one, the person that just made that addition, falls within the fundamental right of that person to so do. So I don't have any problem because everybody has a violation of opinion on a very given matter. But I will continue to say it the way it is, and that is what I have said so far.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vincent.
Once again, it's a pleasure to be on the program. See you again tomorrow morning. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning to you.
Yeah,
you're welcome to the program.
Good morning. I'm good to be alive. Thank God for life. And we are here again. God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. We don't have any choice. The country must work.
What do you think would happen if Tinubu chooses to toe the path of Paul Biya of Cameroon?
I don't think Tinubu can go towards that route. I don't think Tinubu can go towards that route because you are talking of the Anglophone and the Francophone country. We are Anglophone. I think we are more rigid with our politics. So why those people you've seen, Anglophone country, they always occupy seats and they always want to die on the seats. And I could see when my brothers here, they were talking about Paul Biya. It wasn't only Paul Biya. It didn't start from Paul Biya. It started from the, what was it called, Biya'S, the Biya'S of this world. Yes, from Bagbo. And Ofe Bune, that is, Ofe Bune was one of the earliest president. And the way he ruled the country then, he spent a lot of years. And that was when they even towards that during the civil war. Ofebune was on seat then. He was the one that even accommodated the Ojukwu of this world. And I can say after Ofebune left and Gbagbo came in, and Gbagbo wanted that seat. I mean, wanted that seat. He got the seat, and for him to relinquish that seat, I mean, it was really trouble. And they brought one a la Katara. Katara then have issues that his mother is not from what's it called? His father is not from. It was his mother that is from the Côte d'Ivoire. So they went on a mini civil war within the because I could remember I was in Lagos then, but my kid sisters, they were citizens and they had to leave. They left Nigeria. I mean, they left what's it called, Ivory Coast down to Nigeria because the war was going towards targeting the Yorubas, and I mean the Nigerians. I say, don't let me say Yorubas a lot. The Nigerians in the what's it called, in the francophone country Côte d'Ivoire. And what happened was that long run, they gave the seat, the France colony, the France blocks. They gave the seat to Alakatera because Alakatera just came from the World Bank. And it has been happening like that. It's not only the president of what's it called they're talking that is only the victim. It has been within the Anglophone block there that they always want to sit tight and die on that, on throne. And I don't think it's a welcome development for that angle. And you always put the blame game on the France likewise, because they are the colonial masters, and it's what they want, the French colony wants, is what they abide with.
All right, Kude, is it possible for any opposition to win under Biya'S rule? Is it possible?
It's not possible because that's Biya has taken that country as its own personal entity, and as it is now, you see, there's a war they fought against one block of the Cameroon, and I think it was a Christian block or so, and they won the war. He won the war, and since then, I mean, I've never even heard that president is outside and the government is still running. I don't know, and I think Paul Biya has gone too far, and he has to retrace his steps, because the way it is now is more or less like dictatorial. Is a dictatorial president as it is now. I think a lot of serial killing went under Paul Biya, as I think he has to face the body that will take care onto that serial killer, that is serial killing that he embarked on. And I can say Paul Biya should go and rest. He should go and rest. He's good enough. At what age?
All right, millions of Cameroonians registered their displeasure over the last election that was held in that country. Paul Biya became president again, was elected, a 92-year-old man. Don't you think Cameroon is heading towards another crisis?
At the end of the day, nothing will happen in Cameroon, because when you observe the whole system and the way this play out, you see that the citizens of the state are not serious. You understand? Over many years ago, what are we saying? We don't have state actors that are active. We have some highly influencer, wealthy people, vibrant youth in the country that will have been planning towards the coming election, mobilizing the youth and some, and so forth, strategize towards because they know that this man is not going to surrender. But what do we see? Who was even the opposition, member in the presidential race? Check the age also. When you list first 5 political representative aspirants for the presidential race, you see that they are also elderly person. So it is when everything turned down, the announcement of the election was postponed some days. That is when they are now coming to cry out and be saying this and so. So when the ECOWAS, the body, they are there. So what are their contribution towards all this? They are not saying anything concerning this, because one way or the other, inside of them, they have also same threat. When President Tinubu was chairman, then he said, even till now, what has been the address of the Mr. President? Even though even Nigeria is, is operating an advanced way of a long time, governance. It's not until you stay there forever. There's other way you can do it.
Don't you think somebody like Paul Biya should face international sanctions?
Of course, but why is he not facing? I was telling you yesterday. I was telling you yesterday. If somebody feels that they are in charge, they know what is going on. There no international sanction will happen. Because why? Because they are also benefiting. It's just common sense. You have to understand the way the system works. Political, it is a business venture for a lot of them. Even most importantly for those who introduce it to us. So, and they are doing the way that will benefit them. They suck in the goodies. But Nigerians, our Africans, they do it's all about them. Let's share certain percentage. Look at the percentage where what was it called? Burkina Faso former president, before he was sent off by Ibrahim Traore. Look at the deal he had with the France, with their lithium. Look at the percentage he's getting. Very little to what they are getting, and it is in your country. But now you are getting your own little dollar, you don't care, no vision, no ambition, everything zero. And you just keeping money and be marrying wife and be buying this thing or that. That's all. You don't care about the people. So everything is going on. When those likes of Nigeria, rulers and Ibrahim Traore and this what was it called? The Senegalese, they left the ECOWAS. It's a beauty. Some people are saying that why would they leave? But what has been the benefit of ECOWAS? It's another mother thing that you don't even have any power, you don't have anything, you deceive yourself. Not something tangible has come out of it, rather than coming to be, representing things repeatedly and no action, doing means just wasting money. So when those the ECOWAS, the new ECOWAS is the new one that Ibrahim Traore and the likes of them are trying to form before. If it were 4 states or 5 or 10 countries to stand, let them be, because you can see what is going on within the 3-4 countries now. They are making progress out of ECOWAS. What is the essence and significance of ECOWAS in the African country? It's of nothing. Even though they come out to say, okay, this is what should happen, the election will be nullified, the person that will win, they will not come out to say, because they are Yoruba say they are Jegudijera, and they don't have the interest of the people at heart. So now in Nigeria, now we are operating in a new dimension. This is a pro dictatorship.
All right, away from that, let's quickly move down to presidential pardon. After pardoning offenders last week, of course, there was a public outcry. There was outrage in the country as regards the decision of the president. But he has reversed his decision and is to review the clemency list. Don't you think the president goofed in the first place?
Yeah, he goofed, but is there any perfect man? There's no perfect man on earth. And I can say, as he goofed, I want to give him that kudos that is a listing president, and he has to retract. He retracted his statement, his decision, and he went back to the right things, and give it to him for that. Give it to him. If it is people like former president we had, do you think he's going to listen? He's not going to listen, right? But we have a listing president that we can start engaging. We can be engaging now as it is. Kudos to him. I think I have to give him a round of applause for even listening to the masses. That is what we need. That is what we need. That is what's supposed to be happening. That when the citizens cry out, they need to listen to the citizens, because they are the owner of the government. We people are the owners of the government. They are just like stakeholders, just to hold the seat for us. So what he just did, I think I have to give him kudos, being a listing president. Yes, and he has to retract his statement. And I could see that case that he even superseded on, right, was not supposed to be Mr. President. It has to go to the judiciary. The judiciary is supposed to have handled over those to be pardoned and those not to be pardoned.
Is he supposed to pardon kidnappers?
It's not definitely.
Is he supposed to
it's not
pardon the drug offenders?
Yes, no, it's not. That is no. I'm clapping for him because he retracted his decision. People should listen. People should listen. No, I'm not going to. No. They are telling you for Biya. It's having a field day. We have a listing of Biya president now. Give it to him. That's my own opinion. Yeah. That is my own opinion. Thank you, they said it. I told him I don't hold anybody. That is my own opinion. Thank you, Dr. Sir. Thank you, sir. You see how you guys do. You see how you do.
Like a president.
You see how you do.
Like a president.
So the president, I think he has done well.
Our president, not say your president.
He has done well, right? So I can say. Can they under Abacha regime? Nevertheless, it was the military. Can you force Abacha to retract his democracy? I mean,
was it the
president? I don't know why you guys always
Abacha when we are looking like you.
You, the Mizzou that don't get what I'm saying.
You are saying
now there's a policy president put on to for the clemency for the what's it called the criminals, the offenders. And what happened again? It saw that he goofed and he retracted it. So what else do you want to say about the president? I mean, what else do you want to say? I mean, I don't know. What else do you want to say? Somebody goofed and he has retracted it. So what else do you want to know? You should nail him. You want to kill him? You want to kill him?
When you do the pardon, we can say, looking at it, can we say it is a VIP or VVIP pardon for some certain person? Because as we all know that it should be a judicial, work to now go through and check those who have, there are some people that have been in prison for more than 20 years, even way before this one, and their offenses was not like this. Before you became a drug dealer, it is what you have thought about for several years. Practice, before you venture, you know that this thing is not cool, it's not going to be taken in your country. Before you venture into it, and before you have been caught, you have gone on with several transactions. Who knows whether some life have been taken during the process or whatsoever. Before you go into kidnapping, is what you have thought very well. We also that we are not that we are fine or we are enjoying or we have all that, but we decide not to be a bad citizen. We can actually go into kidnapping too. It's very simple when we start practicing and learning. But we choose to be contented and keep grinding that there is no matter what it takes, we are going to succeed and be a good citizen at the end of the day. Please wait, Mr. Kunle.
Well, you interject me,
but we
so I have to interject.
You are that means.
Yeah, no, that doesn't mean. God doesn't want the death of a sinner.
Yeah.
If not, so now, right, all of us will have not even been on heart today. So now, when somebody committed issues and you pardon him, are you God to be saying he has no right to do that?
So every one of us decide not to go that way. Now, when you look at the list of those who the president or I don't know who picked that, at first there should be a proper screening, and file to be checked before you come out to bring out the list. But 85 or 95% of those who are on the list are basically drug dealers, kidnappers, drug dealers, and so on.
Was Macaulay a drug dealer? Was Macaulay a drug dealer?
Out of it.
There are a lot of them.
I said almost 95%. So what are you pushing? I heard some people saying back then that even there is a rumor about president a drug case like that, and we have some people saying that is it because of that's why we have the list that these are those who are much in the pardon list. There should be normal exercise concerning those who have been unlawfully jailed in Nigeria, and those are where we should be looking at, not top class or VIP.
All right, thank you so much, Suma. I appreciate your contributions. Kule, nice one.
Kule, pleasure. Morning.
How are you doing, sir? Morning.
Yeah.
Oh, let it through. Okay. Welcome.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Maki Adekule, and good morning, our reviewers. Very glad that I remain blessed. May God be with you people.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are fine. Yes, Mr. Imechi. Once again, thank you very much from Sweden. Imechi Daniel. I'm very grateful. God bless you. God protect you.
God make you happy all the time. Amen.
What do you have to say about Biya'S role in Cameroon?
Well, for me to say, the man have already put himself as the life president, which I did not say anyone in Cameroon can remove him. But if the citizens love him, it's good for them. But this is one thing in Africa. Africa haven't learned. Africa still have a long way to go. How can he be that such age and you don't want the young ones to take over? Likewise at Nigeria also, not only in Cameroon. And I know that it is the new nation can make Africa to come back, which their own government can be taking 4 years. It is on the road to meet Biafra. If they come to stand, Africa will change. They will change the system of Africa. The way the Africa is going is so bad. When you're talking about ECOWAS, whose power do they have? They can't. United Nations, unless there's a very heavy crisis in the country, that is when United Nations can come in. But when there's no crisis, United Nations can never come in. That was how I said the truth. They cannot come in. But with ECOWAS, they cannot come in unless there's a heavy crisis. But if the people of Cameroon love the man, good, let it be. But it is a life present.
All right, will you call that a genuine election?
So to be frank with you and I know what is happening in the system. You see, for somebody to be in power since 1982 to now, it's like the whole Cameroonian is in the pocket of Paul Biya and his family, which is very bad. No matter the situation, no matter how goodness you are, you must live for the rest. But now what we are seeing now is dictatorship. But I'm very, very sorry for the Cameroonian people because they have been hosting for a long time. And I pray that God will bring somebody that will liberate them from the hands of the Biya'S and his family. It's totally wrong. This is not my situation. My pray for such situation to happen.
That democracy.
That's why my adopted father fella they call that people to call demonstration of craziness. He said, if not be crazy, why for Africa? He said, as time ago, can you imagine democracy, government for the people by the people? But now this one is demonstration. It's a crazy Malian country language now. Demonstration of crazy, is it not crazy? The tata does say this one is a crazy man. Chief Jock can never hold by it. Chief, all of them they are all own demonic mafias. Pocket is a democracy. Pocketing Cameroon in their pocket. Can you imagine? 42 years in the throne. Can you imagine throne? Somebody controlling the affairs of a nation. It's so ridiculous. It's very bad. We have to eliminate all those negative lions that are ruling Africa because Africa must wake up from that slumber. This is getting out of hand. It's wrong election. And the case is not taken. That right will be. We will take to an anarchy because the English-speaking Cameroon have been fighting for their freedom for a long time. It is bad. Let us be frank with ourselves. Paul Biya know that he has committed the highest evil, so he's waiting to die. He don't want to reduce power, but at the end of the day, he must live one day.
And the presidential pardon that the president has withdrawn, what do you have to say?
You see, let us be frank with ourselves. We are not back to Nigeria. You see, when we talk about our system here, see Jagaba for me, I don't think that he really know what he's doing. He didn't know the meaning of it, really know what he's doing. You are a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. No matter his nation, anything that reach your desk, before you reach your desk, people don't analyze, and then you have to finish the analysis. What you do, say, okay, hey, drug dealer, go home. Kidnapper, go home. Everybody go. And when you know that this language you are throwing it out, you have a weight, just like subsidy go. Now Nigeria is in hell. Now at the end, Nigeria was not crying. I say, okay, this one no go zero. Is that a statement? Is that a statement? Menacing after death, you give your cake and have it back. Is it possible? It's not possible. See, the president try to buy everybody. You can't buy us anymore because we are tired of your iniquity system of the policy of your administrative. Wrong always. Always wrong. You came on the way from nowhere. You say national anthem number dissolve. Me and you sing this new national anthem. Let me from me and you sing. I don't know him. I never. Oh, nobody want. Okay, why is quality down? Why? You now want to make your own a priority. You fail and you failure. You say no pardon again when you don't pardon before. So you don't know say you're wrong. You don't carry paper the right and go home, drug dealer go, kidnapper go. When you know say they are enemy to the society. It's a silly for brutality. We got the double trouble every time. Now you now wake up and say, okay, sorry. How long will you say sorry? You are not capable. Sorry is a negative failure statement. Go home. Sorry. Every day sorry. Sorry. How long? Okay, you don't pardon them again. It's a ridiculous statement for the president. Say, I don't pardon them again. Go, you come back. How long? You see, it's not capable. That periodic is not capable. If it's capable, he can hold the bull by the horn. You are a bodiless lion in Lagos State. Now you are national lion disappearance. Lion disappearance. You say A, tomorrow you say no, now B. You are probably like, I don't know almost the same. They are the blood of the same father. See, he said the truth will set you free. I am speaking the truth.
How did you say?
Because when you see the variety of their language, you say in free person, you say no fear. Another you say you want to know, or nobody say language a bit. You say very the same because you see let not be realistic of the reality of what is happening. We are not happy. We are not happy. Can you imagine? Nigeria is not happy. Nigeria is not happy. You bring a see Nigeria were even debating on that. Well, okay, so we even say it's a drug dealer. That's why he pardon drug dealers. Now go back and say no. After years, no. Okay, which one wants scale? It's not scalable. Let me be frank. Their days are numbered. Their days are numbered because they expose themselves every day. Every day. We are watching the film now. We are watching the film because now you can see say you are not popular at all anymore. It's not popular. How many of them want you? How many want you for your back? It's not enough. You can't deceive. You okay? What do you want to say? Guys, okay, tell Nigeria, okay, now rice is now $1. We don't. That if you love a gas with $1, nobody will keep for your back because you know say it's a fundamental language of no return, no positive. Hey Nigeria, refinery start working in December. How long are we now? Is anything working? How long Nigeria? Boss, how long are we? Is anything working? So we are tired of the system. Now it's okay. First time in the history of Nigeria say, okay, now Independence Day, no kid, do it in your home. We are hearing some particles of good blood at the end. I will not see. You will not retire all. Why don't you retire IG? It's still overdue. You see, you are doing things like you know one time. That's what I call it. Now bad society. A now bad society. Peace of no nation. Let it change your heart and change their thinking and change their policy. Otherwise, they became fail because the environment is not conducive for us to stay.
So much.
You are welcome.
What do you have to say?
Well, what I want to say on it, welcome to Nigeria for their progress. For me, Tinubu to say that he have already withdrawn for the people that he have already pardoned. What does he think? So he did not think very well. The way he said when it came to the day that he crowned him as the president of Nigeria, he said subsidy is gone. And use that hand, said that the people that do a criminal in Nigeria, the drug baron, the kidnappers, forgiven. Now people have already been talking about it. Now I say I want to withdraw. Why should you withdraw? Is it now you are listening for the voice of the masses? Well, by the first subsidy. Why can't you reverse it back? As Goodluck Jonathan did his own. That means the man is not a listener. To return back and say, let me listen for people, it's too late. I do not welcome it. It's too late. He behaved like his brother of Cameroon, Convicts. This is his brother. Nothing different between him and that one. It's almost the same thing. Nothing different. So for him to come back, so it is a heavy blow to him. the furious blow.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Good morning, our viewers. It's good to be here again.
Good morning. I want to thank Honorable Odunlade for the plea they sent, Odunlade Taiwo, for the plea they sent to me. I see some political ambition in him. Very soon, he's going to manifest.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Odunlade Taiwo, for that wonderful gift yesterday. Paul Biya is what discussing here. The election of Paul Biya in Cameroon. Cameroonians took out en masse testing the election of Paul Biya. Would you call that? Somebody came here and said that Cameroonians supported him as Mr. Azaz. So would you say the election was genuine?
I can assure you the election was
did it reflect the will of the people?
Reflects the will of the people, and that explains why the people went out on the street, because they believe that the result does not really reflect what they voted for. That wasn't the people's mandate, and that explains the protests that you see across Cameroon. You see, we are evolving politically in Africa. There is this awakeness in our political consciousness in Africa. If you look at what is happening in Africa, and I think it should be a wake-up call to leaders who have not witnessed such a protest that is almost gravitating into revolution. But what is happening in Cameroon now? If it is not handled, it's going to turn to revolution. You understand? This was a man who has been in power for 43 years, 92 years, governing. If he has even governed the country well, like Muammar Gaddafi did, you understand? We would have said, okay, you have provided all the needed comfort and development that the people need, good governance. But in this case, this man was ruling them from France. The last election, he only was physically during campaign once. Other times, it was his statue. They killed his statue and his wife. No electoral rhetorics, campaign to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do for you. Nothing. It was his statue they were taking around. And the people are tired. And that explains, what we are seeing happening in Cameroon now. You understand? And I want to also use this as an opportunity. See, the power resides with the people. And the people are beginning to realize that this power truly resides with them, and we are seeing what is happening. The Nigerian government should pick some lesson from what is happening. That you cannot continue to use excessive force on the people forever. It will get to a point where people will be pushed to the wall that they want to even die. And once a human being gets to a point of I want to die, what is the population size of the security in Nigeria and the size of the population? So they should also pick some lesson from there and begin to do the right thing. You understand? I would not say I was happy with the destruction, but the reawakeness, the ability for them to go out and protest, I like it. I am not happy with the fact that they are burning properties, but that's a way of ventilating their anger. You understand? And I think it's a lesson for other African leaders to learn from.
Let's get your reaction.
Well, first and foremost, Paul Biya has turned himself to be their God. And he believes that whether it's in Cameroon or not, he will still win the election. But there's something I so much cherish that the opposition did. They came together in collusion and appointed one person. And that person really campaigned vigorously for the people of Cameroon. Before the day they did the election, the next day, the man said, this is the result. 55%, I won with 55%, while Paul Biya won with 35%. Yes. So the electoral body in Cameroon, they are delayed for 21 days, looking for a way to manipulate, do figures, do everything. When the result came, they turned it upside down. That Paul Biya was 55%, while that guy was 35%. That was where the major crisis started from. That number one, delay in results. Number two, the opposition guy, what he said is what actually came out. And then that was where the thing. Now, what I want the Cameroonian to do now is that, one, they should now agitate to reform the institution.
Number one, that constitution the Cameroon are using is faulty. How can a president be ruling for 7 years? No limited period like in Nigeria. After your 4 years, you have 8 years. After 8 years, you go and sit at home. They should do a reform. And one of the things is just that Paul Biya, with the help of the Western world, has been empowering him because of the resources they are getting from them. He does not care. And those are the people that are giving him power. In the real democracy in the Western world, you dare not try what Paul Biya has done. That means he has made up his mind that whether these people vote him or not, he is going to be the president for life president. And I want to say that I just love what the Cameroonians have done. And you know the judiciary, he has already brought them over, just as what we are having in Nigeria now. But I just pray that they are not having. But what I'm looking at, anarchy may erupt in Cameroon. That's my number 2.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, you want to make contribution?
Yes, about the pardon of president. You know, presidents always understand the criminals. Even in time of election, you know that there's people that carry gun and say, if you don't vote for APC, you must go out, and nobody's arrested. And he's using the same channel to go and release others in the prison so that they can be free, and they will join them again in the society. Okay? We are waiting. He will do it. Even as people are shouting, he know what he do. Sometimes he will do it silent, and the people in the street will be surprised what they will see. You will be surprised that you see convoy and there's a criminal inside. That's what we will see. So, Mr. President, you know what to do, and we will say we don't like it. Nigeria is crying. Do what is needed.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We appreciate all the viewers, all our esteemed viewers on the platform. We say thank you for joining us this morning. All right, to Big Tail Prince, the Big Fish, Odunlade Taiwo, we appreciate your gesture yesterday. Thank you so much. The likes of Mr. Kunle, Felix, Gentleman Mike, Mr. Olajide, Suma benefited from what you gave yesterday. I also benefited. Thank you so much, Big Tail Prince. I really appreciate. And to Mrs. Tina in California, we say thank you. God bless you. To Isn't Water Liverpool, the man that supported one of our persons at the stand here. We say thank you. Isn't Water Liverpool. To Williams Okambeme, who also donated yesterday. We say thank you to you. To Mrs. Bukola Shibebe, we appreciate you. To Mrs. Clara in the United States of America, we say thank you to you. To who again, Muki, great, the great one. We say thank you. We appreciate all of you. Ant-Man joined us today. We say a big thank you to Ant-Man for engaging us in the comment section. Prince David also joined us. We say a big thank you to you. Biodun is also here. He joined us. Safa Biodun, if I'm not making a mistake. Thank you. I don't know both. We appreciate you. Great Truth also joined us. Thank you. All the way from Nigeria. Uday is a Chiba, one of our viewers in Italy. He's currently in Nigeria and he also joined the program this morning. Thank you for joining us. Yagali, Babayaga, the Yagali. You also joined us this morning. We appreciate your engagement. And thank you. Random, we say thank you. Obi, thank you. Or GOA, we appreciate your comments. Alexander the Great, thank you so much for joining us. Williams Okambeme also joined us. Fidel, thank you. Ifeanyi also joined us. Thank you so much. Andrew Gundimi from United Kingdom, thank you so much. James Manu, we appreciate you too. All right, we'll be back here tomorrow with more interesting stories. Clement Tokoli, thank you. All right, have a great day, everyone. Please, if you're joining us for the first time, subscribe to the channel. If you love this program, share it. If you like this program, like it. Hit the like button. We need 100 likes, 200 likes, 500 likes. Please let us make it happen. Thank you so much, everyone. Back here tomorrow, like I said earlier on. Goodbye and have a great day.